Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Before we start our podcast, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Rizky Aditya Rizkula.
My name is Surya Satria Prakoso.
First of all, we would like to ask for permission to present this podcast as our final exam project for English 2.
We would also like to give a special shout out and express to our gratitude to our lecturer, Miss Nurhayati MPDSS, for her guidance and support in this course.
In this podcast, we will discuss two topics: artificial intelligence and computer networks.
So, let's begin our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast and enjoy the discussion. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Rizky Aditya, and I'll be the host for our first topic, artificial intelligence or AI. AI is no longer something we only see in science fiction movies. It already influences how we study, work, communicate, travel, and make decisions. To explore both its opportunities and its risks, I'm joined by my friend Surya as our guest speaker. Hi Surya, how are you? And what makes this topic interesting to you?
Hi Rizky, I'm doing well and I'm happy to be here. AI interests me because many of use it every day. Sometimes, without realizing it, it can make life easier, but it also raises important questions about accuracy, privacy, and responsibility.
Exactly. Before we discuss those issues, let us begin with the basic idea. How will you explain artificial intelligence to someone who is new to the topic?
Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that develops systems capable of performing tasks that normally require human intelligence. These tasks include recognizing patterns, understanding language, making prediction, solving problems, and generating contents. Most AI today is narrow AI, which means it designed for specific tasks rather than thinking exactly like a human. In simple terms, an AI system learns patterns from data to use those patterns to produce an output prediction and recommendation.
So, when people hear the word AI, they should not imagine only humanoid robots. AI can also work quickly inside an application. What are some examples that people commonly use in daily life?
There are many examples. Face recognizing can unlock a smartphone, translation tools can process different language, and map application can suggest routes based on traffic data. Streaming platform recommended videos or music, email service filter spam, and chatbot answer question. Generative AI can also create text, images, or summaries. Behind each example, a model processes data and predict a useful result for the user.
Those examples show how AI can save time. In education, for instance, students can use it to brainstorm ideas, check grammar, or ask for a simpler explanation of difficult material. Beyond a convenience, what are the main benefits of AI in education and other fields?
One major benefit is efficiency. AI can analyze a large amount of data much faster than a person. In healthcare, it can assist professionals in examining medical images. Although the final judgment must remain with trained experts. In business, AI can help forecast demand and improve customer service. In education, it can provide personalized practice and feedback. It also supports accessibility through tools such as speech-to-text and automatic caption. However, fast output is only useful when people review its quality.
That last point is important because faster does not always mean more accurate. AI can produce convincing answers that are still wrong. What other risk or challenge should a user understand?
First, AI can produce inaccurate or invented information, so user must verify important claims. Second, an AI system may repeat bias from its training data and create an unfair result. Third, privacy can become a problem when people upload personal, confidential, or sensitive information. AI may also change the job market because some tasks will be automated, although new roles may also appear. Finally, overdependence on AI can weaken creativity and critical thinking if people accept every answer without reflection.
I agree. For students, AI should be assistant, not a substitute for our own thinking. We still need to understand the material, use our own ideas, and follow academic rules. In your opinion, what habits can help us use AI responsibly?
We should begin with a clear purpose and use AI only where it is appropriate. Important facts should be checked with reliable sources, and the original sources should be cited when required. We should never enter private data carelessly, and we must respect academic integrity and copyright. If a school or workplace require disclosure of AI use, we should be honest about it. Most importantly, humans must remain accountable for the final decision, especially in education, healthcare, requirement, or other high-impact areas.
That gives us a balanced view. AI offers speed and useful support, but it also requires judgment and ethics. Before we close this topic, what is one final message you would like to give to students?
My message is simple. Learn how to work with AI, but do not surrender your responsibility to it. Use it to support learning, not to avoiding learning. The technology is powerful, but the quality of its impact depends on the data, the system design, and the way people use it. Critical thinking and ethical behavior must always come first.
Thank you, Surya. That was a thoughtful discussion about artificial intelligence. We have discussed its meaning, real life use, benefits, risks, and responsible use. Now we will move to our second topic and switch role. Surya will become the host and I will become the guest speaker.
Welcome back to our podcast for the second session. We are switching roles. I'm Surya, your host, and Rizky will be our guest speaker. Our topic is computer networks. We often notice a network only when the Wi-Fi stops working, but network support almost every digital activity we do. Hi Rizky, are you ready for our second discussion?
Hi Surya. Yes, I'm ready. I like this topic because computer network are the foundation of online communication, call service, and many smart technology that we use every day.
Great! Let us begin with the basic concept. What is a computer network? And what makes connected devices able to communicate?
A computer network is a group of connected devices that exchange data and share resources. Connection may be wired, like Ethernet or fiber, or wireless, like Wi-Fi. Devices also need protocol, which are agreed rules for sending and receiving data. In other words, a network combines devices connection media, and common communication rules.
That explanation shows that a network is more than just an internet connection. What examples can we find at home, on campus, or at work?
At home, phones, laptops, smart television, and printers may connect to the same router. Campus network connect laboratories, learning platform, and administrative system. Office network support shared file, database, video meetings, and cloud application. The internet itself is a global network of networks.
So, networks support both communication and resource sharing. Why are they especially important in modern education and business?
They allow people to communicate, collaborate, share resources, and access service remotely. Students use network for online class, assignments, and digital libraries. Employees use email, database, cloud storage, and remote work platform. Reliability matters because a slow, unstable, or insecure network can interrupt all of these activities.
Network can also be grouped by their coverage area. Can you explain LAN, MAN, and WAN in simple way?
LAN or local area network covers a limit area such as a home, classroom, or office. MAN or metropolitan area network covers a large urban area. A WAN or wide area network connects network over long distance. These terms describe geographic coverage, not automatically network speed or security.
That distinction is useful. What devices and connected media are commonly involved in a network?
A switch connects device within a local network, while a router connects different network. An access point provides Wi-Fi and a modem or optical network. Terminal links the local network to internet provider. Ethernet, fiber, and Wi-Fi radio signal are connection media rather than device. In many homes, several of these functions are combined in one box.
Could you give us a simple example of how data travels when someone opens a website on smartphone?
The phone sends a request of Wi-Fi to the router. The internet provider then carries it toward the website server, while the NS helps find the correct network address. Data travel in packets and returns to the phone, where the browser reconstructs and displays the page.
That process is fast, but also carries private information. What are the main security risks, and what basic steps can user take?
Common risks include unauthorized access, weak password, malware, phishing, data theft, and unpatched device. User should create strong, unique password, enable multi-factor authentication, install update, and avoid suspicious link. Home user should change default administrator password and use WPA2 or WPA3 protection. Organization also need access control, monitor, backups, and user education. Security depends on both technology and human behavior.
Earlier, we discussed artificial intelligence. How are AI or artificial intelligence and computer network connected?
Many AIs service needs network to access data and cloud computing. AI can also help administrator analyze traffic, detect initial activity, and predict failures. However, AI-based tools can still make mistakes, so human review clear security policies remain necessary.
Let's create a clear connection between our two topics. AI provides intelligent function, while network provides the connectivity and data flow that many of those functions need.
Exactly. A useful digital system need both. Advanced AI is less helpful when the network is unreliable, and a fast network is not enough. When the data and application are used irresponsibly.
Before we end the podcast, could you give us a final conclusion about computer networks?
In conclusion, computer networks connect devices so they can communicate, share data, and use common resources. They rely on device, connection media, and protocols working together. Networks are essential for modern life, but performance must be balanced with the security and responsible behavior. Understanding the basic help us use technology more effectively and safety.
Thank you, Rizky. Today we have discussed two closely related topics: artificial intelligence and computer network. We learned that useful technology needs intelligence, connectivity, security, and responsible people. Thank you for joining us. See you our next podcast. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.